Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this morning's thought for the day. Well, the obligatory weather forecast, when I came up here just now, it was dry. I thought, great, I'm going to be able to do what I want to do this morning. Of course, it's raining, on top of which our infant school had a pledge this week to walk, to have a green week. It's coming to school either walking or using their scooters or bikes or whatever to promote good, healthy air around us. So, of course, it's raining. Um, and I was thinking, I've been sort of battling with two trains of thought that's sort of jumping around at the moment. Um, one has come out of a conversation that I had with my husband earlier in the week, and the other one was something that happened yesterday. So let's just see if I think the two might actually come together, sort of. And that was the case that we're going away at the weekend. We're hitching up the shed on wheels, and we're off to the West Country for a couple of weeks, which would be nice. Nice to get away, a break. We finally found a caravan site that had space for 2 weeks. No facilities, no frills, just the basics that we need. I think, yeah, it'd be nice to be there, to have a look round and that. But I'm not looking forward to the journey. And it took me back to when I was about 4 years old, the reason why. Um, my parents, we lived above my grandparents. They had a house in Old Port in Buckland, and oops, I don't know what happened there. And we had a flat upstairs above them. And Grandad had one of the early Austin A40s, this little black car, minuscule by today's standard. And every so often he would say, "Oh right, shall we go on a picnic?" Everyone would go, "Oh yeah, be a nice idea." And Mum said I would sit there and blanch. I'd go white. Absolutely. You see, Nan and Grandad would be in the front, Mum and Dad, me, probably a couple of my cousins, and the dog. We'd be stuffed in the back. And I would generally end up being the smallest, sat on the floor with the dog. Of course, back in the 50s, we had no seat belts, no safety, no maximum people in a car. And off we'd go. And you could guarantee by the time we got to the end of the road, I was starting to feel a bit, I want to be in here, Mum. I want to go home, Mum. And by the time we got to wherever we were going, we'd probably stopped 2 or 3 times on my benefit. And I thought, oh, you'll grow out of that. You'll grow out of that. I don't think I ever have. Um, I better. I got better. But travelling has always put a fear in me. So that I sort of held that on one side, this going away, this fear, this travelling. On the other side, this thing that popped into my mind was yesterday. I had to tackle the ironing. It was no good. We're going away. The ironing had to be cleared. And I hate ironing. So I got it out and I thought, I know, let's get some music. So I said to Alexa, Alexa, play me music from West Side Story. I haven't heard that for a while.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
Be quiet, Alexa. I'm not talking to you. You see, she sat in the corner. Um, so anyway, I thought, no, that's wrong. It wasn't the soundtrack. It didn't sound right. So I said, I told her to stop. And then I said her name again and asked her to play music from Greece. I thought, nice bit of sort of rock and roll, bit of 50s music, that'd be great. But of course, she misheard what I said or didn't interpret what I said. And she came up with, oh, this is a selection of I think it was today's popular music in Greece. Because she took Greece as meaning Greek Greece, not Greece as in the movie Greece. So I told her again and got what I wanted. And that sort of got me thinking about how we interpret things. Um, so just thinking about when we read things, if we put our commas and our full stops in the wrong places, how it changes something. If we leave them out completely, how it changes something. If words are switched round. And then it sort of it kept tumbling the thoughts in translations. And I know when I tried to learn German when we were stationed in Germany, trying to put these the words together, and the Germans have this wonderful way of just stringing all their words together and making one word. So it's like that railway station in Wales, isn't it? That hang gilly go goff at the end of it, that one. So I do apologise if you're Welsh, but I think it's a lovely one to listen to. And it sort of this all became a jumble, and I started thinking, well, isn't that life? Hasn't life become a jumble? And in particular, I think our Christian life has become a bit of a jumble, and it's trying to pull the strings back. Um, and I think what happens in our youth, as with my travel sickness, stays with us through our life. And I know that I started my faith journey when I was about 6, and it stayed with me throughout my life. And I sometimes wonder, should we be, I don't know, more childlike, more playful in what we do, more um, uh, open, more encouraging, more inviting, rather than being, as we feel when we're travelling on our caravan, oh, we're, we're sort of the beast of the road and nobody wants to be behind us. Um, it's removing that. Which way do we go? Which way do we take this? How um, how do we interpret it? What did it actually say? Because I know when I looked at the directions for the site that we're going to this weekend, it gives you all the directions and which way to go. Then all of a sudden it says, "Do not follow sat nav from this point. Do not do this and do not do that. Go this way." Because obviously they've worked out when you're a 40-foot rig, they've worked out which roads you can go down and which roads are a no-no. Because you don't want to try doing a 3-point turn with a caravan. Certainly not. So, have we become too inward looking? Have we become too only this way? Because I once described my faith to somebody. It's like being on a spider's web. And if you look at a spider's web, although it's sort of pretty well round in shape, it has its corners, but the bits that come off of it are not symmetrical. They all run in the centre. They all get there, but they're different lengths, different shapes, different sizes. And if one breaks, there's always another link to come in. We change our direction. And I think sometimes we get too set. We become a sort of the spider's web that is flexible and moves around and joins things together. We become more like a cartwheel that is solid. Spikes only go in that direction. You can only go in that direction to meet the hub in the middle. And of course, the hub in the middle is where our kingdom is where God is where we are all aiming for. So let's put the cartwheel aside and let's get the cobweb out. Let's start to be more flexible. Let's just run with what is happening. And if a strand breaks, let's just go back and come back down and try a new route. So which way? Well, actually, God's way. What did it say? It's not what the book said, it's what God says in your heart. It's how he comes into you. We've got many stories. I mean, Jesus was a wonderful storyteller, and he'd pick something of the day to express what he was what he was trying to teach the people around him. And we could go through many of them. I mean, on Sunday I used the prodigal son for Father's Day. How the father embraced the son when he returned. How he loved him and cherished him. And that's how God does us. So I've gone on a little bit longer this morning, longer than I intended, but I'm not here for 2 weeks, so I shall see you at something like the 13th, I think, is of July, that I shall be back. So I hope you have a lovely, safe time. Yeah. Um, Never know, if I find something interesting, I could stick something on Facebook while I'm away, but I'm not promising. Which way and what does it say? God's way is what it says. Take care. Love and blessings to you all. See you probably around about the 13th. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.